Welcome back to the show. Check out these headlines. The SEC has its next target, ladies and gentlemen, and ETHGate goes next level, and we got a 3-letter agency. How to set somebody up. Somebody roll that beautiful intro.
Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show. You can follow us on Twitter and YouTube and digperspectives.com for exclusive content. Right now, $2.76 trillion market cap for crypto. The market is up 1.9%, 70,700 plus for Bitcoin, 3,500 plus for Ethereum. Tether market cap is 108 billion plus right now. XRP still holding the number 6 spot. We're up 2.7 on the 24 and up 6.9 on the 7-day. Okay, that's better than what we have seen. 61 cents is where we're sitting, and we're ranging between 60 and 62 cents. We'll keep an eye on it. Hey, I want to tell you, not only is XRP Las Vegas going on May 3rd, May 4th, but let me tell you something else that's going on. It's XRP bags in the Las Vegas Moon Party of 2024. Yes, it is. And it's going to be a moon party on Friday, May 3rd, 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. And the pool party they're having is on Sunday, May 5th, 3 p.m., 8:30 to 8:30. So make sure you go get your tickets right here, moonparty.2tix.com. Yes, they're using the same ticket provider that we did, and you can get your ticket right here. Tickets are starting right here. You can select the tickets for which event you want to go to and be on that party stage. I'm telling you right now, these guys know how to do it. I love what XRP Bags is doing from his channel. I love what he's doing artistically, and I love the people that he's working with. I absolutely wish I could attend this event, and I know I'm committed to do other things, but I'm encouraging anybody who has a slot open for these events, you're going to go have a blast, no doubt about it. If you're hanging around XRP Bags and the crew, you're having a great time. I can tell you that much. Make sure you get your tickets today, no doubt about it. All right, let's start right here. Here's the prosecutor who led the fabricated case against Steven Nureyev, speaking about the DOJ not being afraid to go after the biggest crypto actors, except they don't make a peep when they toss the case they themselves brought on. Listen to the clip.
The Department of Justice is not afraid to go after the largest actors in crypto. Again, DOJ is showing that they mean business in this area.
Yeah, well, we get that, but we know that Steven Nureyev was illegally thrown in a van, violating his rights as a citizen of this country. And the DOJ prosecutor who led the fabricated case against him, witch hunt against anyone he could in crypto. He said, which I prevented by risking my own freedom, is Mark Beeney, he says here. And then he quotes, he's quoted here about Sam Bankman-Fried. The irony is now a crypto defense attorney. That's what we're talking about. This is what's happening in this landscape. But you know what? Last night was a big day because Steven Nureyev had a Mainstage debut about ETHGate. And he says here, to all who stood by me, thank you. It's time to hold accountable those who've caused turmoil in my life and the lives of many others. It says here, momentum is building and each day brings clearer truth. This fight is about restoring integrity to America. The battle rages on, and boy, does it. And let me start right here. Because there is also inside of this, because James O'Keefe has picked up ETHGate now from Project Veritas. And you can see the level of people that are involved in these streams, whether it's Mario Nawfal now, James O'Keefe himself, Alex Jones. You'll see Grant Cardone's been in here, and many other big names that are paying attention to what is going on. But let's listen to this first clip as I take you through it.
99% of the American people, what's the over-under? 99.9? Do not know who Gary Gensler is.
Right.
And as far as getting Gary Gensler on tape, let's just say stay tuned. Okay.
You know, James O'Keefe and Project Veritas, they do a lot of undercover work. And in fact, today, inside the Freedom Zone, you're going to see a lot of undercover work be done revealing methods from a three-letter agency that starts with a C, and you will want to see that in the Freedom Zone today. Alan Dershowitz, obviously supporting and helping as a consultant at this point to Stephen Nureyev here. Take a listen to his thoughts on what's happened.
Opposed to the government targeting anybody who is a dissident or unpopular or whistleblower. As you probably know, I wrote a book called Get Trump, where although I'm not a Trump supporter, I strongly opposed efforts to try to target Trump in order to influence the election. And my research has suggested that Stephen Nureyev has been improperly targeted as a result of his activities in crypto. Crypto is widely misunderstood. It's very controversial, and it's often not sufficiently regulated. And so pioneers like Mr. Nureyev are obvious targets for being prosecuted. In this case, the prosecution failed, but it exacted an enormous toll on him, both from a business point of view and a personal point of view. And so I agreed to be a constitutional consultant on the case. My expertise is in the Constitution and in the law, not on the facts. And so I'm leaving it to Mr. Nureyev and his other lawyers to develop the factual record, but I'm very familiar with the case law and the case law that opposes specific targeting of American citizens.
And there you have it. And that is enormous to have Alan Dershowitz in your camp. I can tell you that. But there's more. Let's take a listen to this here. Subjective Views has it right. Anyone in the XRP community, and I'll go as far as to say the crypto space, who says we should move on from ETHGate should be ashamed of themselves. There's no question about that. This is not a maxi issue. This is about preserving our government agencies and the public chairs that people are appointed to, and making sure that we eliminate crony capitalism or flat out collusion and coercion, manipulation of markets, which I believe is what we witnessed with ETHGate.
So we do, Empower is all about transparency. We represent.
By the way, this is Empower Oversight's Tristan Levitt, and they are doing good work over there. And if he is involved in this, and Jason Foster and Empower Oversight collectively, let me tell you something. There's something really wrong going on here. And he's going to tell you exactly that.
The IRS whistleblowers in the Hunter Biden case and various other FBI officials or whistleblowers, but usually when you have a conflict of interest like this, there's just the possibility that someone could be benefiting from it financially. What's different about this case is it's abundantly clear that they benefited financially. Exactly. So it's not just that they were helping their friends. It's not just the kind of crony capitalism you see in a lot of instances. They absolutely had a financial stake in benefiting Ethereum. And so for the SEC's ethics officials to specifically tell Hinman that you cannot meet with officials from your old law firm, you cannot comment on crypto matters because it would be a criminal conflict of interest for you. That I think is incredibly damning, because we have uncovered the emails that show that he did meet with people from his law firm, and he worked with them to develop the speech in which he said Ethereum wasn't a security. So, you know, again, I'm not a crypto holder or investor or anything else, right? My background was in Justice Department investigations when I was a congressional investigator, but anyone can see here, he was specifically told not to do this, but they made these decisions that hurt, you know, all the many thousands of XRP investors, because as he was going out the door, they sued Ripple, right? And that impact of that was only to benefit Bill Hinman himself, who went back to his old law firm after he left the SEC. So I think that evidence really makes clear that SEC has just been used by these individuals to enrich themselves and their friends and cost American taxpayers.
Have you seen any evidence that Gary Gensler is involved in this in any way, or is it just Bill Hinman?
I haven't seen anything about Gary Gensler. I mean, he's there. Obviously, people are very unhappy with a lot of his decisions. You know, I think part of the difficulty here, I mean, they're obviously going after crypto more fulsomely, right? So it would seem that he does not have any financial interest in crypto, given everything that they're doing. But, you know, that you kind of fall back on the typical SEC world, where big banks are usually who, you know, are backing the typical SEC figures. And in those instances, the things that the SEC does benefit those big banks to the, you know, detriment of crypto often.
Would it be helpful to your case if OMG undercover people got hidden camera stuff into these SEC officials and spoke to the motivations of why they're doing this?
Hard for me to say, James. I mean, again, I think at this point it's mostly an issue of the past to some extent. So it's really kind of a paper trail. Bill Hinman, certainly people are very curious what he would have to say for himself, no doubt. Because again, decisions that he made while at the SEC, he continues to benefit from. He's on boards and other things like that. But I think the current officials at the SEC, we're just trying to get them to hand over the documents that really describe what happened in the past.
You're trying to get them to hand over documents that implicate themselves. That's pretty difficult, isn't it?
Well, it's a fair question, but generally it's not clear that it implicates the folks that are there. It's not clear that it's a staff issue so much as these high-level political officials who have since left the agency, right? So Bill Hinman's no longer at the SEC. Jay Clayton's no longer at the SEC. They really were the ones who, because your average SEC official, it looks like, they pursued a course, but they didn't have the same financial interests in these that Clayton and Hinman did.
Well, thank you very much, Tristan, for your comment.
Absolutely, and thank you to everyone who is contributing to keep this alive so we can get the SEC back to a level of integrity that we can all trust, because right now it isn't there. No doubt ETHGate just went next level. As an American patriot, we have to be willing to fight for our rights as a citizen in this country. We didn't inherit this land from our ancestors. We're borrowing it from our grandchildren. Good work, Stephen Narayoff, no doubt about it. Then there's this guy, still a pundit on CNBC. Jay Clayton says, we should tell China. You can't make this up. Jay Clayton says we should tell China, if you want to be a part of a global trade, a global fair competition, you have got to change. The man who stalled U.S. innovation by suing Ripple over XRP on his last day in office gave an unfair advantage to Ethereum's network, which is obviously partly backed and controlled by JP Morgan and CCP China, wants to talk about fair competition. I can't even play the clip. It's embarrassing. And the SEC has its next target, ladies and gentlemen. It's Uniswap. Right? Uniswap, decentralized crypto exchange that the SEC is now pretty much leaning into the idea that it's not so much. Here we go. I've said it over and over and over. As my stepdad used to say, God, I love him. He was amazing. I talked to you till I got tears in my eyes big as horse turds, and you still won't listen. And then we would both laugh. What a guy. Today, it was Uniswap's turn. This is what I've been saying to you. I'm not against other crypto projects, but I understand no one is safe with someone like Gary Gensler at the helm, not even Bitcoin's proof of work. This is why we need Congress to act, but Congress wants to wait until all the legal actions decisions have been ruled on. We got a ways to go before crypto as a whole clears the legal Ripple gauntlet. Aren't we glad that we went first, everyone? You're damn right. You're damn right. I'll answer for the whole crew here if dare I do it. This is what I've been suggesting for a few years now. That we're seeing the SEC crypto war strategy is to sue each different kind of business model and value protocol / use case. And today they've added another one to the DeFi, proof of staking, crypto exchange, lending, you know what I mean? All of that is happening right now. And I guess the SEC is going to claim that they're a broker, even though it's supposed to be a decentralized exchange. The fight continues. But this is what we're seeing, right? Ripple's got their fight. DeFi lending's getting the screws put to it right now. Ethereum staring down the barrel, being sued over proof of stake. This is why we have to have legislation, but they're more interested in getting stablecoin legislation first and then letting everything else kind of die off and just continue to get beat up and sued, right? And then Congress will come in a couple years later, probably after 25, 26. This is a great piece right here from Mickle Markets here, who breaks it down. Now, we're getting long in this video, but I want to shout him out for this because he explains the difference between Uniswap taken out and the XRP AMs go live today, and they did. So I'm going to give you this clip right here, and it's very quick, but take a listen.
Single entity is actually controlling any kind of contract that governs the XRP Ledger automated market maker. Instead, it's all the hundreds of validators that make up the XRP Ledger network. And therefore, no specific protocol, no specific interface has any more control over the automated market maker than any other entity of the network. I have just as much power over the automated market maker than any of the interfaces you have likely used to interact with it. And we're going to talk about some of those interfaces at the end of the video, but the key distinction here is, right, the automated market maker is a layer 1 protocol integration on the XRP ledger that no single party can control. And this is a massive difference between how the XRP ledger is structured versus something like Uniswap. Uniswap created a centralized smart contract that is their automated market maker on top of a decentralized blockchain. The XRP ledger instead implemented the core code into the native code base for the XRP ledger, and therefore the automated market maker is just as decentralized as the XRP ledger core code base itself. Now guys, this is going to lead to very interesting discussions about what makes up a broker-dealer and whether or not Uniswap is one. But it's important to understand that because the XRP ledger automated market maker was integrated to the core code base, it actually removes it from a lot of the liability we are currently likely about to see in this case.
There you have it right there. And he goes on in great detail to explain why XRP automated market makers are not the same as Uniswap. And shout out to Mickle for that. I am so looking forward to meeting this guy at XRP Las Vegas. And I tell you, I hope you got your ticket, because there's going to be so many more people. I'm telling you, it's going to be what a remarkable time. Let's take a look at this. Eggrag Crypto says before we get out of here, this is an old chart from November 23, but nothing's changed. In fact, XRP is primed for volcanic eruption. As you can see right here, this is where we are. Oh my, oh my, oh my. Multi-year ascending trend line. It's all hitting and dancing right around it. When will it go? We just don't know. But one thing's for sure, we get above that $2 range and it looks like Valhalla, baby. Not financial advice to me or anyone else. It's just my digital perspectives. We're going into the freedom zone, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you will join us. We're getting into it. Boy, this is some creepy, scary stuff, but I tell you what, you're better off knowing it, and we're going into the freedom zone to find out right now. Come on in. All right.